Good afternoon, and welcome to today's webinar. We're going to be talking about the must-have tech tools for 2021 with our host with the most, Coach Darryl Davis. To get the most from today's webinar, we'd love for you to take really good notes and use that Q&A panel there to ask us any questions. We aren't going to be rushing off, so this is going to be a good place for you to ask your questions. And at the end of the webinar, we're going to be taking some of those questions and doing a little coaching. So stick around if you have an opportunity to. If you want to reach us at any time after the webinar, you can reach us on all social media channels at Darryl Speaks. Darryl is the author of 3 books, all published by McGraw-Hill Publishers. That top one you see there, How to Become a Power Agent in Real Estate, it's actually the #1 selling book on Amazon to real estate agents. Darryl was named one of the top influencers and thought leaders by Risk Media Magazine. And he is also the recipient of the coveted CSP designation by the National Speakers Association, which is only given to less than 2% of speakers worldwide. On that note, drum roll, please, Darryl, take it away.
All right. Wow, I can hear the screams and applause, even though you're muted. Yes. Very excited to be here with you guys. And first thing, I always start off my webinars this way, and that is this webinar a sales pitch? I know we've been to webinars like that. The answer is no. We are going to get into this topic specifically, but just to be transparent, this is part of a weekly series that we started when the pandemic hit last year in March. This is for our power agents. Every week we do this for them. Some of you on this call are now power agents, you're guests. And the only reason why I'm sharing that right now is because from time to time, guests, I'll be speaking to the power agents, referring to the website on something. So kind of like a sidebar conversation. But this is loaded with content. And we will give you an opportunity if you want to check out and kick the tires of the Power Agent program. There's the website that we'll show later. We'll talk about it. Just to give you a 30 seconds understanding what a power agent is for the guests. This is our coaching program. It's a monthly membership. There's no long-term contracts. We've locked in the lower price during the pandemic, so people are getting in at that price. They get to stay at that price for life or as long as they want to be. But today we're doing a $5 special, and you have complete access to the website, and you'll get incredible bonuses, like absolutely incredible. I'll show you those bonuses at the end, and you can cancel anytime. So it's really like the best. People say it's the best deal in real estate. We do have a special announcement I want to make right now before we get into the content. Number one is power agents. So I'm going to talk to the power agents for a second. One of the things we put together for you is this 15-page book, if you will, e-guide report. It's actually a report on the 2021 real estate predictions based on experts' input. And what's really powerful about this is that it's a great objection handler for buyers or sellers who are on the fence. So make sure, power agents, you get that, because you can customize this by putting your contact information, everything at the bottom. So you can use this as a mailing piece. You can use it on social media to promote for people to get it from you. There's a lot of uses for this 2021 prediction. The second thing, as far as an announcement, and I'm just sharing this everywhere. I was just on Lab Coat yesterday, and I'm sharing this. So just let me indulge me here for a minute. 2020, we know we're still dealing with this pandemic thing, right? And there's been so much conversation last year and even now about vaccines, distancing, masking, But one thing that hasn't given enough attention to, which I've just recently learned, is food insecurity because of the pandemic. If you look at the food insecurity before the pandemic and after, it has more than doubled in the United States. And I'm sure that this is true throughout the world, but specifically here, we have food banks that are running dry financially and with food. But if you were to look even in at categories of income, every income level, even people making like high-end earners, there is a tremendous food insecurity. So anyway, here's a special announcement. Just want everybody to know. for our power agents and even for the guests. What we're doing, we have a commitment in our company to pay for 100,000 meals. And how we're doing that is we're donating 100% of our trial revenue to Feeding America. And the first 2 weeks that we launched this, we've generated enough to pay for 8,950 meals. And anyway, so let me just go back to that. Sorry. So here's my point. If any of the guests decide to take us up on this invitation to become a power agent for $5, I like to look at it this way. You're actually becoming a power agent for free for a month, because that $5 is going to go feed a family. Okay. With that said, let's now get to this topic. So there's a couple of things I want to say about this topic. First of all, some webinars I teach go wide and some go deep. When I go deep, I'm taking a specific topic and just drilling in on that specific one. So today's topic is deep, right? So we're going to focus just on technology. Now, I do have a disclaimer for you, because I don't want you to misunderstand. I am not a tech guy. For those of you that don't know me, who I am is you come to me to learn what to say, when to say it, how to say it, when you're belly to belly, face to face with a buyer or seller, either in person or even virtually. I'm the listing and selling guy on how to call for sale by owners and expireds and do the listing appointment, negotiate offers. I'm the rubber meets the road trainer. Okay. But I am a hidden tech guy. Like I love technology because it creates possibilities. So I'm going to just share my thoughts and what I've discovered. I've been building this webinar for the past month when I've been researching and creating these slides for you. The second thing I want to say, this is not all the tech choices, okay? These are some of the things that I've noticed recently that I'm really recommending you to take a look at. Now, I'm not saying you have to use all of these, because there's 160 slides, so it's a lot. So, but I want you to investigate it for yourself. You know, technology, softwares is like diets. Which one works is the one that you're going to use. I don't have to tell you how many different CRMs do we have in our industry, right? Which is the best CRM? The one you're going to use, okay? So you've got to experiment and figure things out, which brings me to number 3. There's no right software. Number 4, do not commit to long-term contracts. So some of the softwares I'm going to show you, they might be a membership model. And do not, if any company, even advertising, if they want you to commit to X amount of months up front, I wouldn't do it. And the reason why is because they're trying to lock you in, and they'll justify it and say, well, it's going to take months. Listen, if you're happy with them, you'll renew. So I'm real strong about that. When we hire vendors, if they ask us to do more than 30 days, I don't work with them. Number 5 here is, this may give you more questions than answers. This is designed to open up your thinking about what technology can do for you. So don't get overwhelmed. This is going to be a fire hose of ideas. We're not going to go specific on any one software. So I'm just going to give you names and websites, and then your homework after this is to go check out what is most important to you right now and compare and decide. The other thing is you're going to make mistakes, so don't get confused by technology. See, what I want to say is that some of you on this call are like me, a hidden geek, and you're into tech. And some of you, like you might even still have a VCR in your house and it's still flashing 12, meaning you are not tech savvy at all, and the whole idea of technology overwhelms you. I want to talk to you guys just for 30 seconds. Try not to be overwhelmed. You are not a stupid person. Anybody that has been on this planet but anybody that is still in real estate through what we've experienced these past year, 2 years, that says something about you. You are a success. You've had success in your personal life outside of real estate. You're not a stupid person. Do not think of yourself as stupid. You just haven't figured it out yet. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. You'll figure it out. Okay. Be kind to yourself. That's the most important thing. All right. Now, here's why power agents, guests, like I said, I'm going to talk to power agents for a second. Power agents, when you go to Classroom in the Power Program website, there is a section, Webinars on Demand, right? When you go to Webinars on Demand, there are a couple. This is just one of it. It says the must-have tech tools, because this is the third version of this webinar. So last year I did it twice with other technologies. So if you want to see some of the other technology, go to those websites. Plus, we are recording this. Power Agents, we're going to make this available to you so you don't have to try and keep all the notes. All right, let's get into this. Let me first start off with some thoughts about a home office setup. Most of you should have this already, but what I want to tell you, because of the pandemic, make sure your environment is empowering. Make sure if there is any place for you to spend a few dollars, this is the place, because you want to, if you're not going into the office and you're working more from your home, you've got to have an empowering office that feels good, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. See, let's go back to this one. This is a few dollars, right? This is a nice thing. This over here is a less expensive version of what you need to do. And even if you have a small space, that could be really great. Hey, Sarah, are you with me? And Sarah, I'm going to let her come off mute.
I am here.
Yeah, just let April know. We have a tech challenge if she can deal with it outside the door there. All right. So
Okay.
Here's thank you very much. Here's the next thing. This is even real inexpensive, real small, but so it doesn't have to be expensive. You've got to have an empowering, clean place for yourself. So make sure you do that. Okay. As far as just software running your business, when it comes to storing files and being organized, these are the three main players that you use to store your stuff. Now listen, some of you are storing it locally, like you're not using any one of these three. I'm going to encourage you to get one of these three. Here's why. Because one of these softwares is actually also like a backup system as well. So if you have just your files on your computer and your computer crashes or burns out or something like that, any files that you had is gone. You'd have to manually back up stuff with a hard drive or a jump drive if you've got a jump drive that's big enough or you don't have a big enough. So I am going to encourage you to get one of these three. Now, what we use in our company is Dropbox. We were using also Google Drive, but we've now, so those are the two ones that we like. But OneDrive is great too. So it's which one is the right one? Again, like I told you, whatever you're going to do. I will tell you of all the Microsoft Office software, and I know some of you are Mac people, and that's fine. But when it comes to Office, the one that you all should really know and use is PowerPoint. If you don't have that or you're not familiar with that, I really encourage you to do that for several reasons. This is what we've decided to use. Like we have over 500 forms, flyers, and checklists for our Power Agents, over 500. And they're either in Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, because we find that even Mac people can kind of use that, but it's easy to customize it when it's in that format. When you're doing, like I'm right now, this webinar I'm doing for you is on PowerPoint. So if I wanted to talk to a homeowner and do a listing conversation, I'm going to use my PowerPoint slides. So I think it's real important that you be good with that. Now, Google has their own version of Office stuff, right? They've got, it's called Slides, and they got some other stuff, and there's some benefits to that. But, we use Gmail is what we use over here, and we use our calendar for Google. That's how we keep organized. I'm just showing you the things that we use, and that we do use the OneDrive a little bit, but we're moving off that. Okay, let's get into some miscellaneous software and tech things that doesn't really fall into a category. What I did, gang, is I categorized. Actually, let me do something. I don't usually do this. I usually don't escape out of my PowerPoint and show you. This is what we're covering today. And so what I did is I categorized this training for you. I'm going to cover some miscellaneous stuff. I don't know if you can see if it's too small. This over here is some real estate investing. I'm going to let you know virtual showings, virtual meetings, CRM, virtual tours, prospecting ideas, closing stuff, servicing listings. So we got a lot to cover. So I categorized it. And so right now we're just going to talk about the miscellaneous stuff. I got to know where to put this. This stupid thing over here, tile. I say stupid in a positive way. That's how we talk in New York. Stupid is good. Anyway, this thing over here, the tile, I love this thing. It's I bought it for my wife for Christmas because she can't always find the keys. So you put that in the app, tells bing, bing, bing. It's easy to find stuff. We stuck one on our dog who always runs away. I tell you this, and she just ran away. This tile, I used to have that tile years ago. It didn't work as well. Now they've improved the technology. I highly encourage tile to put it on something that you keep losing. This over here, did a little research for you guys. This dual dash camera. So it's made by Vava. By the way, like I said, I'm going to every Power Age, you're going to get a copy of the slides. And those of you that are guests, I'm going to get you a copy of these slides through the trial. I'll tell you that in a minute. But this over here, so when I did this, when I researched this, I'm going to teach you something in case you guys don't know. Do you see on the screen where it has the stars? And next to the stars, it says ratings 4,800. You want, whenever you're looking at a product, you want to make sure that it has high stars, but also a high number of ratings. Like if you have perfect stars, but only 5 people graded it, that's not good. So it's the combination of the two that really makes a huge difference. And plus you want to read the comments. So in doing this research for you, this is a dual dash camera that does the front and the back. Here's why I'm recommending it. Why? Because in our industry, I want you to be safe. I want you to be safe that if you are meeting a customer, you're following a customer's following you or something like that to a property, let's get that recorded just to have you be safe. I'm very much about wanting my realtors, my power agents to be safe. Here's something else, Microsoft Office To Do. This is a great, if you want to keep a to-do list in digital, I highly recommend this one. It works great on your phone. It syncs with your computer. It's easy to use. This is the one that I've been using. Here's the next one, Grammarly. Our executive coordinator, Sarah, who you heard on the phone there just a moment ago, she turned me on to Grammarly. I love this thing over here. This thing corrects wherever you're writing. If you're writing something in your browser, you're writing something in your email, it reads any software and it spells checks it for you, and it corrects it for you. So this makes you look smart and intelligent. I'm a terrible speller. I thank God for that. Actually, I'm a very creative speller because I can take the same word and spell it 5 different ways. All right, trying to have a little fun here with technology. All right, here's the next one. This scanner app. People that I turn this on, they love this app. This is a beautiful, you take it's like a scanner on your phone. So Genius Scan, PDF scanner, awesome. All right, let's talk about real estate investing. I'm just going to touch on this really quick for those of you that want to get into investing. Although the market is so crazy right now, I'll be honest with you, I've stepped out of investing. I'm going to wait till the craziness stops, and then I'll jump back in. But one of the softwares that we use, and my accountant loves this, that I have this, is Stessa. It helps me manage all of our properties, and anytime we have expenses, and it talks to the bank account, and it syncs, and it gives a report, and it shows you your property values, and if your equity is going up, it does everything. I love this. I say, oh, well, guess what? You know, I saw it's free. It's free. Yes, it's free. And I want to pay them, but there's no place to do it. Yardi Breeze is just make a mental note. Again, I'm not teaching any software today because I'm just shooting you with 100 different softwares. But this one will help you in also doing property management, rent collecting. There's a way for people, your tenants, to pay your rent via this software. So that's a great one. Love this one, Deep Centennial. Deep Centennial is, it's not cheap. It's about $500, but then you own it. You get a couple of cameras. And what happens, you see that guy that's looking at the screen, that's how it is. It's not like Ring, right? This is actually somebody is in a building somewhere keeping their eyes on your property, and when it gets triggered, they actually can talk to the person and say, hey, what are you doing here? They call the police. It's a really great asset for vacant properties. Kangaroo is another great, inexpensive home security for rental properties, vacant properties that you have. So not even just investing, this is something you could look at or recommend to some of your investor clients. By the way, even if you're not thinking about investing now, these are good softwares for you to be aware if any of you have clients who are investors. Okay, continuing on. I love Bigger Pockets. Bigger Pockets is a digital newsletter portal, blah, blah, where there's so much great. This would be, if the Power Agent program is the program to help agents with tons of resources on how to list and sell real estate better, which I believe our coaching is the best because of the team that we have and what we put in there. But anyway, that's just, I'm being biased. Bigger Pockets would be the Power Agent portal for investors. They have such great stuff, so I highly recommend you check that out. All right, virtual showings. Let's talk about some of the softwares that you can use or technology for virtual showings. This Master Lock company, what they have, which is pretty cool, is if for some reason you needed to let somebody into a house, they have this lockbox, you can actually send them a code to their phone for a one-time open up the door, open up the lock and get the key out and go into the property, or if it's a mounted lockbox. So there's a way to actually virtually give people a one-time passcode. So I think that was pretty cool. Master Lock. Smart Key Keybox also does the same thing. And of course, it keeps track of when it's been used, and there can be a time sensitive on it. So that's another one. That's by Igloo Home is the company that does that one. Okay. Virtual showings and security. Now this one, Tenant, again, I'm not teaching this. I want you guys to check this out. Tenant Turner. What they do, it's beautiful software. Their call center, electric lockbox, like it's a lot more, because this one you can actually pre-qualify. This is great for tenants as well for buyers. If you're going to pre-qualify people, in-person showings, scheduling it, a calendar, it's got all of this great stuff. I was really impressed with it. There's the in-person showing and lockbox showings, the support. So calendar integration, just some really great stuff. And Rently is another one. Now, Rently also does where you can keep track of your tenants and pre-qualifying tenants. The other thing this has some really advanced stuff where you can have smart doors and window sensors and motion sensors and just really impressive stuff over here. So anyway, I'm just throwing a whole bunch of stuff at you for you guys to check it out later. Showing Hero is another one, combining virtual showings and security together. So, that's it on that. All right, now let's talk about some hardware here. This, to me, gang, is the best gimbal stabilizer for phone. Now, what is a gimbal? It's the same technology they use in motion pictures. So when an actor is the good guy or the bad guy, they're having a chase, and the camera's following them in the streets, and if you're running, the camera should be shaking. The gimbal keeps the camera stationary, right? So if I'm moving up and down, the camera stays. That's what a gimbal is. This one is incredible. It's $100, totally worth it, because you can do so much. You can do a little editing, zooming, and anyway, great, love it. Let me go back to that. Here's why this is awesome. If let's say you were going to record a virtual tour, if you will. Let's say listing doesn't have a virtual tour, which all listings should in this new age, this new real estate reality. But let's say it doesn't, and you have a buyer that wants to see it, but they don't want to go to the house. They don't want to go inside. They like you to do a preview of it for them, or they're out of state and they can't fly in. So you can use your gimbal to do your tour. By the way, I got a little side tip with you for you. Whenever you're doing any kind of tour with your camera, especially your smartphone, make sure you move slow, like uncomfortable slow. One of the things that some agents do, and it's really horrible, is they go, all right, here's the living room. See, look over here. And this is the kitchen. And you literally get like seasick from watching the video. So you want to just go super slow where it's uncomfortable. And anyway, the gimbal will keep it stationary and do some other really cool things. This is a selfie stick. That's all. I just found this one, though. It has a remote, and you can have the thing and press the thing, and it'll turn it on, the phone on and off. It's $25. Okay, let's talk about virtual meetings. Power Agents. So I just want to let you know, Power Agents, when you go to the Classroom of the Power Program website, you go to Webinars on Demand. There is a webinar that we did on the virtual listing conversation. And that package, gang, is you get a PowerPoint slides, and you can, by the way, search just virtual if you wanted to in the classroom. There's a PowerPoint slide deck of 103 slides, plus a training on how to deliver a listing appointment using those slides. So I just want to refresh your memory on that. By the way, I just realized this over here, what I'm showing you, the guests, if you decide to do the $5 Feeding America, you get that as one of your bonuses. So you get to keep it. But anyway, it's a whole slide deck on how to do a listing appointment. It's one of the best things we've put together. 103 slides. All right. There's some other things. I'm not going to get into these because we have this recorded in the other tech webinar I did as far as microphones and lighting. So I'm not going to be redundant with that. But there are a couple of new things about the virtual listing appointment that I discovered. There's this company called Studio. They have this, they're calling it a storytelling platform for real estate. Really what it is it's a brochure that is really cool. It's a digital brochure that people can flip through. So it's not earth-shattering, but very cool. Makes you look high-end. So check that out. This, my friend Tristan from over at LabCoat, he turned me on to this. Now I'm not using this mic now, but that's that mic there. And what's really cool about this mic for people, I'm using the lavalier mic to get a good recording because we're recording this for you. But when I have my meetings with my team or a vendor or something like that, like I don't care, it's not being put out there, I use this mic, and you can see it's $140, and it comes with a software which is very. I'm not going to get the software is incredible because it mixes audio. You can get real techie with it. But for $140, it sounds great, and it's easy to plug in. You just plug it into your computer, bada bing, your computer says, oh, you got this mic, you're good to go. So this is good for the people that aren't tech savvy. This over here, this is a little expensive, but this follows you. So if you're going to use instead of a camera, like we got a high-end camera over here. If you're going to use your cell phone as your camera in a meeting or to do a virtual listing appointment with a homeowner, this might be good because as you turn, it keeps you center. So that's a pretty cool function. Now, power agents, I want to tell you guys, I want to remind you, when you go to the classroom and you go to tech training, there is a session we did and recorded, a how-to session on how to use Zoom. There's a whole bunch of how-tos that we did there. There's also the other tech webinars that are there too. So just reminding the power agents. Let's talk about the CRM. I told you which is the best CRM, the one you're going to use. I'm going to use, now our power agents, if they want to, as an add-on, they can use the Power Builder CRM. What is a CRM? It stands for Customer Relationship Management. Another term would be customers really matter or clients really matter. I'm doing a little creative spelling right now by saying, keep reminding me. All right. So anyway, what a CRM is those things. It's a place, everybody, listen, everybody that's watching this, hear me on this. You must have a CRM. That is number one thing. If you don't have that now, and Outlook is not a CRM, that's not. So it's a place where you keep all your clients and automate your business. Okay. Now I'm going to use the one we have for power agents as an example, what you should look for. But there's other companies out there, but I think ours is the best. So here's a couple of things. You see what our Power Builder does. I don't think the other ones have this. Is it automates posting to social media for you. You see, if you look at over to the left, it says it's really small print, I'm sorry, and it's highlighted in blue, CNBC, CNN, and then it goes down to House Logic and Huffington Post. Those are highlighted in blue because as a demo, I picked those and I told the software, hey, listen, any articles that come from those sources, I want you to pull the article and post it on social media on my accounts for me. So you can tell it to post once a day or every day or 3 days a week. So it keeps you up front as an expert because you're sharing good resources of information. It's a set and forget, man. It's awesome. I don't know many CRMs that do that, but ours does. The other thing is look for a CRM that makes it easy for you to create a to-do list. You know, when you're punching in your activities, what you need to do for the week, you want to feel empowered, not confused, not overwhelmed, empowered to knock out your to-do list. It should have a built-in newsletter, that e-newsletter that goes out, email to your client base that you tag, say, all right, send it to this person, this person. It should have a website that when people go to your website, they fill out a form. Let's say they want the 2021 predictions that we created for Power Agents. They fill out, say, yeah, I want the form. That it goes into the CRM. The CRM tells you, hey, so-and-so wants that form. We're going to send it automatically, set and forget, bing, bing, bop. This is what you want. This is the power of what a CRM can do. It's like having a digital assistant for you. And of course, having campaigns, sending out quarterly reminders to keep in mind what self-promotion is. To have people know your name, face, and what you do for a living. What a good CRM will do for you, like the Power Builder, it will keep your name in front of your clients so you get referral business and repeat business. The other thing that our Power Builder does, I don't know about the other ones, but you can punch in your financial goals. You'll see it says 0 here because we didn't fill out this part. We probably should as a demo. But if you say, I want to make 100 grand in 2021 and 75% is going to come from listings sold, 25% from buyers, like you fill out your business plan, it'll extrapolate that and say, all right, here's what you should be doing to hit your numbers. And every time you log in, it'll remind you, hey, you got to make some calls today to get some listing appointments, or hey, you've got some deals to follow up or an open house to follow, etc. Okay, so that's the CRM. Very important you guys have and use your CRM. Next thing, virtual tours and staging. Let's talk about that. Now, I'm going to quote Zillow for the report that was done a couple of years ago. And some people, they're not crazy about Zillow, but listen, they did this report. What can I tell you? You'll see over here, 84% of Zillow buyers think viewing a floor plan online is an important part of the home search. Now, let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. You listen to me? I'm getting close because I want you to pay attention. Do you know how you can put the photos on MLS? And then it goes on to Realtor.com and go out through the world. First of all, make sure you're doing good photos. I could do a whole webinar just on that because it burns me. Every time I go to look at, because I'm always looking at property, and I go and I see bad photos, missing photos, like, it's a 4-bedroom house and there's no pictures of any bedrooms. Why? Anyway, so make sure you're doing the right thing. You're getting paid a lot of money. Take pictures. But here's the one thing that blows my mind that I still see missing tremendously is floor plans. You should have one of your pictures be a floor plan of your listing. That is huge, huge, according to this survey over here. But I'm telling you personally that it's true. So I'm going to give you a couple of suggestions. This magic plan, I showed this to my my architect. He said, oh my God, this is going to put me out of business. The magic plan is an app, and you can take your phone and the camera, and you can actually take pictures and create a floor plan from this thing. And then it emails it. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty awesome. So anyway, magic plan. Love that one. Box Brownie. We love Box Brownie. Box Brownie is one of our power vendors that we recommend. We actually cut a deal for Power Agents. They save a bunch of money, and there's a coupon. Anyway, this company, what they do, let me show you what they do. First of all, they clean up your photos. See, here's 2 photos before. So let's look at the top one. There's the kitchen. That's a pretty kitchen. But they got some things that maybe some people don't want to see. So look, can you see the pictures? You compare it. Where's the fruit? The fruit's gone. Where's the toaster? It's gone. What the hell's that red thing on the counter? I don't know what that is, but it's gone. So what they did is they removed, for $4 to $8, it says right there, they removed the clutter from the picture. Now this one over here, the bottom one in the front of the house, look, the grass got greener, and the house got brighter because the photo was taken on its own. Look at the clouds. The clouds are gone. Oh my God. Now, so I think doing touch up like this with photos is fine. But when you get like what I'm about to show you, this over here, this kitchen, obviously this is not move-in ready. But that's the same kitchen. But that's a virtual kitchen, what they did. It's a virtual renovation. Now, let me just tell you something over here. If you do that, there's a couple of things you should do. You've either got to disclaim it on the photo Or the other thing is maybe have both photos, right? So you have, here's the kitchen before, and here's what the kitchen can look like. That's acceptable too. So, but you don't want to, you do not want to misrepresent, because that's an integrity issue, and you don't want to do that. All right, you see that bottom there? Look what they did. If let's say you took that floor plan and you labeled it like this with a pen, and you sent it over to Box Brownie. Watch what they do with that. Bada bing! They create that. They create that thing on the right from your chicken scratch on the left. This should be one of your photos on your listing. But wait, there's more. All right, so look at the top one here on the left. Nice hardwood floors. I like what I see. But look at this now. Man, oh man. All virtual. I love this. There's another one, virtual. You know, this one kind of drove me crazy, this bottom right one, because I'm looking at Ming. They got the bed is like a little not made, and really, I'm looking for the shadows. There's a shadow under the dresser. Crazy. Anyway, but we love Box Brownie. They're the bomb. There's something else that they do too, is you can give them your photos. You can take regular photos and give it to them, and then they'll create a virtual tour. Power Agents, I want to tell you, if you go to the website, Power Agents, when you log in and you go to Tech Tools and Training, you're going to see coupons. And one of the coupons we have for you is the Box Brownie, where you get $40 over. That's like 4 or 5 touch-up photos for nothing. There's so much there, gang. That there's so much in there. There's other coupons, but on the screenshot, I'm just showing the Box Brownie one. We have other ones for you as well. But anyway, so, here's some of the other ones. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. Okay. Oh, yes. What we did, because we love Box Brownie so much, is we had them do a webinar for you, Power Agents, and we recorded it for you. And it was one of the best webinars, because it wasn't just about Box Brownie. There were some other marketing thoughts and concepts that they gave. So make sure you watch that online training. Here's a camera. I found it has some other features. I'll give you guys this later. This one, the Ricoh, this is really the best one in my opinion when it comes to, if you wanted to. So Box Brownie, if you take your phone and just take still photos and give it to them, they'll create your 360 virtual room. But this camera is actually designed to do that, right? So now you're looking at $300 if you have the money, you want to do that. But you take that camera, you put it on a stick that rotates. I don't want to get lost in the weeds on this, I told you. But this is designed to do 360, and that's the best camera I found. All right, let's talk about prospect. How are we doing, Julie?
We're awesome.
Okay, good.
That was a great webinar that Box Brownie did for.
I know.
So
Julie's been really great, Power Agents, where we've done some other tech training for you. We've hired experts on how to use PowerPoint, how to use Zoom, That's all in that tech training. All right, let's continue. Prospecting. Now, listen, Power Agents, if you've been with me long enough, you know I pushed the heck out of this company, RedX, and the reason why I do is because it gives you on a silver platter all your FSBOs, your expireds. To me, it's the best. If you're going to build now business, you have to be using the RedX system. This is what it looks like when you sign in. You say, okay, look, over to the left is your tabs for expireds, for FSBOs, for foreclosures, which, that might, depending what happens in our real estate market, that might be a growing segment, by the way, to pay attention to. Just keep an eye on it. And then we have in the center, we've got, if you click on one of those listings, then it brings you to the full, all right, here's the owner's name, their address, their square footage, their contact information, And if you use the Storm Dialer, which is an incredible piece of technology, it will dial for you. It will leave messages for you. It will connect you when somebody answers. So instead of you dialing one after the other, this thing, that's why it's called Storm Dialer. It will dial a bunch of people for you so you can still be working and getting ready. That when somebody says hello, you start talking, and you use the Power Agent dialogue, which Power Agents, listen. We have some new Power Agents on the call. I don't know if they know this about me, but new Power Agents, let me just tell you. I build my business calling FSBOs and expireds. My batting average is, if you use my dialogue, if you call 4 FSBOs, you'll get 3 appointments. I'm no joke. I've done it live. I used to, before this pandemic, I would be doing it live in front of an audience of agents. You go to the prospecting tab and the dialogue's right there. This is the best dialogue for calling FSBOs and expireds and houses for rent, pre-foreclosures, orphans, vacant property. It's all there for you, okay? Now, let me go fast. I'm looking at the time. I got to go quick, gang. So let me fire hose more. Neighborhood Scout. Neighborhood Scout, check it out. It's a great way to generate leads. Don't confuse that with Real Scout. That's a different software platform. Also very good. I hear good things about both of them. Then you have Buyer Side. Now, I know some really great companies, leading real estate companies of the world, big companies that are using Buy Side. They love Buy Side. It's another way to generate leads. Check that one out. Video Ask, one of our power agents, Julie, was talking about this at the beginning of the call, some of you before we even started. Now, one of our power agents used this to get a testimonial from a buyer who had already moved. They sent him a link. They clicked on the link that started the person's camera. They recorded the testimonial. The testimonial was great. He's already got a listing lead because of him sharing that testimony. So Video Ask is a great way to accumulate video testimonials from your past clients. Connect Now is another great platform to get more leads. Again, I'm not going to teach all this. Just write it down, or later I'll give you this, and go to the sites and look at these. Rate My Agent is a great review software to get you some SEO out there on the internet, to get more eyeballs on you. So that's another thing. Also, Bold Leads. Hearing great things about this from some agents who are using this. I've heard some also not great things. So it depends. Whenever you get these softwares where you're going to capture a market or a subdivision and it's yours exclusively and they're going to give you leads, like you're paying for a zip code or something, it's a hit or miss, man. It's a hit or miss. Some of those work and some of them don't. And what I have found is it has nothing to do with the company. It has to do with just the market. That particular zip code just didn't work. And whereas another one did. Smart Zip, another way of using software and algorithms to kind of predict possible sellers and how to work those and prospect those. Now, we had this question on our Power Agent call. Every Monday, guests, we have a coaching call with our power agents. So they can call in on a number. I'm on the call live. It's not like this where I can't talk to you. Monday, they call in and I can coach them, but it's a group coaching. Anyway, one of the questions was Darryl, texting software. And I had a brain froze there. I couldn't think of which was the one that we use. This is what we use. So if you wanted to mass text out to a group of people, CallFire. Now, what's great about CallFire is that you don't pay a monthly fee for this. You charge your account with however much money you want, $100, $50, and then you use it off. And then if you run low, then they tell you and you put some more money into it. So it's a pay-as-you-go. But there are some other platforms that we've looked at and some other agents have used very successfully. SendHub is one of them. That's a good one. Verse is another one that's pretty good. So there's some AI where there's some automatic texting that goes back and forth when you're talking to people. Ready Chat is another. See, Liz, which is the right one? I told you. The one that you like, the one that you're going to use, right? Back at You is another one that we found. As far as this, not texting though. This is for advertising on Facebook, creating landing pages. So this is a digital marketing platform using social media and other things. Back at You. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk from lab coats on Yolopo. Yolopo? Am I saying it right, Jules? Yolopo. And why Lopo? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, check these guys out because they're getting a lot of play out there. Same thing. They are a social media marketing company, and they have a lot of things that they can do for you. So just look into those. Now, you see that RSP? Listen, gang, everybody, you got to check this out. Realtors, resource property is, wait, is this the right one? Whoa. Yes, it is. RSP. What does it stand for, Julie? Gosh, help me. RSP, realtors.
I thought it was RPR.
I think maybe it's wrong. Do me a favor, Julie. Can
Realtor
you
Property Resource, right? RPR.
Yeah, RPR, Realty Property Resource, but I thought this is part of it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Just write down RSP and look into this because it's not, maybe I'm confusing the software. Okay, but what they do is just listed, target and farming. Just look into this. I remember I was really impressed with it. I just think I confused it with the RPR just a moment ago. Oh, here's another texting for you, which is Street Text. So there's that. Contact Junkie, another automated marketing system that you can look into. Again, these are all really great softwares. The idea is not to use them all because there's duplicates here, but these are the ones that I found that were really cool, really caught my eye. HomeBot was another one that it's a way for to build wealth in real estate. So it's more of an investor type of platform, but it does generate some leads. So look at that. Loan officers are using that. Real Grade is another way to get testimonials and then to get some SEO eyes on you. So that's called Real Grader. I'll show you what they will do. What I really like is, and I'm not showing you everything that they do, is one of the features they have is they will set up your Google business page for you. They will make sure that your realtor.com profile is optimized. They will customize a Facebook business page for you, a LinkedIn profile. So these are great. This is, I think, a great company to really look at, that it will set up your digital image and your how you look in all the digital platforms. So that, I think that's awesome. This one over here, just Roof. This is the website. So I wrote it at the top there because I couldn't figure it out, but it's www.roof.ai. And it's a really great software where it helps generate leads and does some automated chatting with the customer. So, boy, there's just so much over here. Okay, here's the next one. So that was prospecting stuff. Isn't that fun? There's so much. Remember what I said. Don't get overwhelmed. You start to look at these things. And here's what I recommend you do, right? So we, in our company, what we just did, we have a communication software that, because we have, our team is all different states. And so we have this platform that we use to communicate and to set projects and to-do lists. And we just move from one to another one. And that's a huge thing for us because that's like changing your website or your CRM. It's like so important to our business. And but we're just making that one change. We get good at it. And then there's some other changes we're going to make with other software. So we do one at a time. That's what you need to do. All right. Closing software, DocuSign. A lot of us know about DocuSign. I'm going to show you some other ones. We have some new agents that may not be familiar with DocuSign. That's the leader in our industry. Loop is another real leader in our industry when it comes to coordinating transactions. But there's some other ones you may not be as familiar with and you should look into because they're pretty awesome. There's Quigler, Quigler. I was very impressed with what I saw there. There's also Transactly. I know some of you are familiar with this one, not as big as the other ones, but they have some really cool features. And you got Property Transaction Solutions. So there's some office management in there, offer management to deal with offers, but also managing the individual transaction. DocUwalk is another one for closing transactions. What's cool about this company is that it gives the homeowner, they can easily see where they are in the process of the contract to closing. So I really like that. I've used this company. This is not cheap. And I think it costs, it has something notarized like $1, but this is like $25. So, I mean, it's not expensive, but it's expensive compared to $1. But you can do this from your home. And so I really love this this Notarize. We've used it several times. If you don't want to go out to get something notarized, use this, notarize.com. Credit Karma, everybody on this call should have an account with Credit Karma. And also your buyers should have Credit Karma. This is the most accurate, free way to pay attention to your credit score, and it actually gamifies. I'm not bragging, but I'm gonna tell you something. I when I started with this thing, my credit score was in the mid sixes, not great. Now I'm like 822, I think, last time I checked. And I'll tell you that, so it's almost perfect. It's because I give credit to these people, because it made me so aware of my credit score. It gamified me managing my my credit. And so anyway, I'm a big fan of Credit Karma. And plus, I learned a lot of things about how to get your credit score up. This is a great moving platform updater. There's a few I'm going to show you. What it does is it helps a person make their move. Like, you've got to get all of the utilities and the thing. You got driver's license. This is a great software for you to recommend to your clients or pay for, give it as a gift. Move Easy is another one. And Porch is another one. Now, I'm not sure which one. Porch also has repairs if you need to get some repairs done. I'm not sure which one of these, but one of them I know that you could sponsor it as a realtor. So if they have the software on their phone to make the move, your face is on there. So I'm not sure which one of those three, but that's it could be this one actually. Centric. Now I'm sorry. Centric is not a move. It's hard for me to remember all these softwares for you. Centric, this one over here is to manage your home, all the things that you own, things of value, insurance policy, blah, 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 blah. And this one is the one I believe that you can actually sponsor, and it's a way to advertise and promote you. And it keeps track of the appliances, the models, the makes, and blah, blah, blah. Love that. This is for those of you that deal with managing the escrow money for your deals. Earnest is a great platform that I found. Verify your identity with Trust Stamp. So there's been some times where escrow money has been gotten stolen or something like that. So this is an extra layer to that. AvaBot is what is AvaBot? AvaBot is, I tried using this one. I wanted it to work. It's a way it's like a digital assistant that helps you get branded gifts, closing gifts for your clients. I personally try to use it, for our clients. Didn't work so well for me. I didn't like it as much, but I think it's a cool concept. I think you should check it out. This one here, this is awesome, and there are multiple offers that we are experiencing in some of the cities. This software will help a homeowner deal with having more than one offer and how you can present it and how it can look. And anyway, so check that out. Happy Grasshopper, what they do, we're actually going to be doing a webinar, I believe, Julie, with another vendor that's like this. But what they'll do is they'll write and deliver fresh, engaging real estate content for you. So it's like I'm a virtual writer. Let's talk about servicing sellers. How are we doing on time? Power agents, what I'm going to show you in the classroom, there's a tab for servicing sellers. And some of what I'm showing you is in there as well. But one of the things I want to point out to you in the servicing sellers, there is an e-guide that we wrote for you. That's how to deal with multiple offers. That guide is really great to give to your sellers to prepare them for multiple offers and how to deal with it. And by the way, you can actually give it to buyers too and get them prepared when their offer is going to be competing with other offers. You can customize that and put your contact information. We wrote that for you. And actually, let's skip that one. Okay, here. This one, I love this. Have you ever noticed when you're using your phone to drive, and all of a sudden on the phone there's a Dunkin' Donuts ad that pops up? It's using this beacon technology. It's sending that Dunkin' Donuts has this technology, and it's beaming to your phone because it's like a Bluetooth, you're near it. Well, you can use this with your houses. So when people are driving around one of your listings, you can actually push an ad about your house to that phone. It's awesome. So anyway, That's the beacon. I'm not gonna, there's more about that. So anyway, that's the concept. Okay. Pearl. I don't know I forgot what this one is. Find the value of your home. Congrats, Pearl. Don't know if I put it here. It was good at the time. I can't remember what this is for, but Pearl, check this one out. Okay. Here's it now. Keeping safe. Guard Llama is a portable thing. Again, I'll go back to being safe for agents. When you're showing the property or something, this is a quick way where you just press a button. It has GPS in it, and the police are dispatched. It's very simple, powerful piece of hardware. There's some other ones that's out there too. There's K-Lurd. This one over here, what happens is the person has to download the app. So if you're going to meet a buyer, they have to actually fill out some information, and it verifies who they are with their driver's license. And you're basically pre-qualifying the identity of the person before you go meet them. That's pretty good. Safe Showings is another great app to look into. Canva. Okay, so Canva is one of the tools that we've really gotten behind for power agents in how to create some incredible flyers, social media things. We actually did, I don't have a screenshot of it, but we actually did a whole training around how to use Canva, which is in the Power Program website for you guys. Pre-close is another great software as far as interacting with buyers and sellers during a transaction. This one, Bodyguards, it's a portable charger for your phone, but it also has FM radio. So if you need it for emergencies, and it pushes emergency notices to that device. It also is a huge flashlight, which is good in properties where the electricity or it's dark or something. But the other thing that it has, so it's all of those things. Plus, it has a little red button that also is to keep you safe. It'll send a message out to the police and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, real estate photographers. This is Urban Immersive is actually the company. So Urban Immersive, they have a way to get professional photographers anywhere in the country. So check them out. And Julie, that is it. I got through it all.
Phew, that was a fire hose, man.
Now listen, those of you stay with us because I got a gift. So here's what we're doing right now. That is the fire hose. Now, power agents, I want you to stay on the call because we're going to do some coaching now. So if you have questions about real estate, whatever it is, you're going to type the question and I'm going to coach you. The guests on the call, we have a gift for you. So guests, pay attention now for 2 minutes. I'm going to do something for you. If you want to become a power agent, the power agent program is $47 a month. No long-term contract. You cancel anytime. But today it's $5. So for $5, you can get complete access to everything, and you're going to get some gifts that is so worth it. You wait till you see this. You're going to have complete access to the website. I told you that. The bonuses, those are worth almost $2,000. You get to keep them all. I'll show you what those are. And you can cancel anytime. So let me just give you the Reader's Digest version of what the Power Program is. Every Monday from 11 a.m. Eastern time to about 12:30, so they're like 90 minutes, you can call in with some other power agents and you can actually talk to me, ask me a question. I coach you. We record those so that we can listen to it later. We record them because sometimes I come up with dialogue that's pretty awesome. One of our power agents, Brenda, she said not too long ago, she actually looks forward to the calls every week because it sets the tone. We get a few hundred people on the call, and but you get your questions answered, especially if you do some of the other strategies. You email it in advance. That always puts you at the top of the list. We have dozens of webinars on demand. If you look at that screen right now, you'll see some of the topics: how to negotiate offers, how to work FSBOs, how to generate a surge of listings. I told you I'm the rubber meets the road guy on listing and selling real estate. I'm not a tech trainer. This is just out of the norm from what I usually do. So I hope it was valuable for you guys, by the way. Also, there's a closed Facebook group that is awesome, off the hook. There's so much great content and sharing. The people are helping each other. It's really a very strong group. our website. Let me just show you what the website looks like. When you log into the account with your username password, the classroom is where the magic happens. And when you click on the classroom, there's all these topics, right? There's working with buyers, there's the coach growth, but then there is farming and self-promotion, negotiating. So let's say you needed help with farming and self-promotion. You click on that tab, you're going to go to this, and literally everything you see right there is a screenshot of something that you can customize. You can drop your photo in, you can drop your contact information. It's a checklist, it's a flyer, it's a mailing piece. Then there's dialogue. There is so much stuff there. Because of so much, we added this feature where if you put a favorite star underneath an item, it actually takes that item and puts it in a separate folder just for you that's tied to your username, and it's your favorite folder of Power Agent stuff. And let's say you don't know what you're looking for, but you know it's something to do with FSBO. So you type in FSBO. We use this similar technology that Google uses. You type in FSBO, bada bing, it searches the entire site. And this is all password protected just for Power Agents, the members. You get the dialogue for FSBO, some social media, training that we've done. So that's all. That's an example. Denise, this was really great. Denise, she said, Darryl delivers on everything he promotes. I've been a Power Agent for a week and I'm already a better agent, which is pretty awesome. So there's so much that we give you guys. Oh, Julie, I forgot to show the newsletters too. We have newsletters that we send to Power Agents, 4 newsletters a week, and those newsletters are training. We have this business plan that we wrote for Power Agents. It's 43 pages for 2021. Here's what you guys are going to get today, the guests, if you want to become a Power Agent. When you sign up, you're going to get a copy of the PowerPoint slides for a listing appointment. It's 103 slides. Plus, you're going to get a video on how to deliver that 103 slides. Then you're going to also get the PDF, well, not the PDF, but the customizable e-guide on negotiating multiple offers. You give it to a buyer, you give it to a seller. If you're a new agent or experienced agent looking to restart your business, we put this together for you. It is when you're reinventing your business from scratch or as new, what to do. So we put that starter kit together for you. We pulled together our 12 most requested dialogues, like calling FSBOs and expireds and past clients, and we put that into a separate guide. Even though it's on the website, we compiled it separate for you. How to set up a Facebook business page, plus that breakthrough business plan, which is great for this time of year, plus the 2021 12-page real estate predictions. So, and that you can customize as well. Plus, you can get a copy of today's slides. Plus, you're going to get a copy of this recording. Plus, you can get the CRM. If you need a CRM, you can use ours for 30 days to try it out. Everything on this site is valued separately at that price of almost $1,900, but you only have to pay $5. And doing that, you get it all, and you get to keep it. That's the important thing too. So technically, you can sign up today and cancel tomorrow and keep everything. I hope you don't do that, but technically, that's what you could do. But the best thing that we're proud of is that you're going to take your $5 and we're going to give it to Feeding America. And I'm going to tell you something. Feeding America, because of how they manage their money and their corporate sponsors and stuff, every dollar that they get in a donation generates 10 meals, right? So if your $5, 100% of it's going to Feeding America is actually doing 50 meals. And so we're real proud of that. And I want you to keep that as part of your focus. Julie, is there something you wanted to say?
I'm just waiting to jump in with questions.
Wait to jump in. Okay.
I am. I'm passionate about this.
So do it for the kids. Become a Power Agent for the kids. That really, really is. We're so passionate about that. We want to hit 100,000 meals before the summer. So
fuel your business and feed children. That's a great combination platter.
Absolutely. I love that, Julie. So Power Agents, if you're on the call, if you wouldn't mind putting comments in about what you like best about the program, we love to see those comments because we record these comments. And it helps us in our company to improve more because we know what you're loving. So please let us know. Also, if you have a question right now, Whether you're a power agent or a guest, this is your chance to ask a question. Just type it in that Q&A and Julie will read it for you. And the question could be about the program. It could be about listing and selling real estate. It could be about technology. So, but be careful on the tech. I'm not a tech guy. I just gave you what I knew as researching for this. Okay, go ahead, Jules.
You are a techie. Come on now. All right, we have several questions about the cost, best cost of the CRM, and is our CRM included?
Yeah, so the CRM is an add-on option. So the training, the coaching to become a power agent is $5, and then a month later, if you continue, it's $47. If you need a CRM, you don't have a CRM, that's a separate charge. You can only get our CRM as a power agent, and the reason why is because all of our letters and flyers are actually also in the CRM. So that way it saves you the step of importing those. So, but that separate charge is $49 for the CRM. Okay.
Perfect. Miriam says we cannot contact FSBOs or expireds by phone in New York at this time. That's one of your favorites. And what do you suggest?
Okay. So Miriam, that's not true. And so I know that is what NISAR says, but it's not true. So I've had it looked into. The state of emergency in New York does not apply to FSBOs because FSBOs are actually soliciting telephone calls. They're asking for people to call them. So the state of emergency applies to salespeople trying to sell people something like a magazine subscription or something like that. Those are unsolicited calls. Those you can't do in a state of emergency. But FSBOs, you absolutely can call. Absolutely, 100%. I'll pay you legal fees if I'm wrong. Next question, Julie.
Josie asked if we have an app that you can download and listen to the webinars. So we don't have an app.
No, we don't have an app on that. That's one of our hopes for 2021 to listen to. Although you can download the audio, and if you download the audio and then you put it into, let's say, iTunes, something like that. So there is a workaround, but you'll have to do that. We don't have that set up yet.
And our coaching calls are actually housed on SoundCloud, which is an app that you can listen to the coaching calls on demand.
I forgot about that, Julie. So yep. SoundCloud. Yeah. So SoundCloud, you can use that to listen on your phone. All right, good. And we upload that. Yeah.
Catherine says, I have a listing coming up where the owner was a woman in her 90s and a hoarder and had multiple cats, and the house is a true gut job. It's still full of junk. Should I list it with the statement that it'll need to be emptied or hire people to clean it out and be reimbursed in escrow?
Yeah, I would do your best to, it's hard to tell people, hey, don't pay attention to the pile of garbage in the corner there or the dead body or the smell. You know, people, they can't, it's hard for them to do that. So if whatever you can do to prep that property, that would be an absolute great thing to do. And if you can't do it, then you should disclose it on in the subject line, and you're going to have to also reflect in the price. The homeowner is going to lose a few $1,000s because of that. Next question.
Susan says, great info. Thanks so much. Love tech. Getting back into real estate after 5 years. Yay. I want to join Power Agent, but I don't have my MLS membership set up yet. What should I do?
Oh, Susan, you can absolutely become a power agent. So we have we have quite a bit, not a ton, but we do have quite a bit of agents who are not licensed yet. And they're getting licensed, but it's worth them to get ready and prepared and to be in the conversation. So you do not have to be licensed to become a power agent. So the best thing for you is to sign up. You just click on that thing that's on the screen. And when you do that, it's going to bring you to the landing page that's going to reaffirm all of the great bonuses you're getting today. And then once you fill out that form, bada bing, you're going to get emailed all of those bonuses to you. So it's pretty instant.
And what's neat, especially if you're rejoining or if you're getting back into real estate, is joining that power agent community on Facebook. Talk about a supportive group. Like it's just so awesome.
I really love the Facebook
restarting. It's just wonderful. Does a power agent CRM include a landing pages? It includes a website, which you can use something like lead pages to. We've actually had that question a couple of times.
Yeah, so the CRM, the Power Builder, you get a website free. It's part of that monthly fee of $49, so which is awesome. Now, if you also wanted to create a landing page, which I don't want to get lost in the weeds on that because some people don't understand the difference and what that means. But there, we do have actually training step by step on how to use lead pages, which is another software that you can use to promote landing pages. So we have that also for you to walk you through it. Next question.
Agnes says it's coaching question. Wanted to do an open house for FSBO, but they would not sign an agreement for commission, although verbalized that they would give me a commission. Had to walk away. Been there, done that. And Agnes did not get paid. What dialogue would you suggest to keep moving forward where I would get paid to bring a buyer?
Yeah. So the challenge, here's what I would say, Agnes, to a homeowner says, bring me a buyer and I'll pay you a commission. There's a couple of problems with that. Number one is, would you go to court and not have an attorney? Of course not. Well, let me ask you this. Would you go to court without an attorney but pay for the other person's legal fees that's actually suing you? That would be silly. Well, that's what you're doing here. When you say to agents, hey, bring me a buyer and I'll pay you, that agent is representing the buyer. They're not representing you. So you're paying a licensed trained agent to work against you. That doesn't make any sense. If you're willing to pay that portion of the commission, why don't you pay the other part, which is the listing side, and let me represent you and work at getting you the highest possible price. That's number one. Number two is when you say to agents, perform the result, then I pay you. That's like if your daughter's getting married and you go to 6 bakers and you say to 6 bakers, do me a favor, bake me the best cake that you can bake. After you bake it, whichever cake I like the best is the one I'm going to buy and give them the money for. How many of these bakers are going to roll up their sleeves, spend their money, their time, their resources to focus on making you this great end result? Probably not. You're doing the same thing here when you're telling real estate agents, I want you to spend your money, your time, and your energy. Whoever does the best job, that's the one I'm going to get the money to. You don't have one agent rolling up their sleeves working for your best interest to get your property sold. This is not how that real estate works. Anyway, that's what I would have said, Agnes. Next question.
Be sure to replay this. Joanne asks, you're a rock star and my mentor for the last 30 years. Darryl, I'm rejoining today as a Power Up program.
Joanne, Risa. Hey, Joanne. Oh, Joanne. Joanne, I'm so glad. Glad to see you, Joanne.
Diego wants to know how to set up a business page and that tech tools and training. We actually have a whole e-guide on that and some training on that.
Yep.
Lisa says, is there anything in your programs to do with mindset for new agents feeling overwhelmed?
Yeah, Lisa, that's a great question. I mean, if you look, this kind of represents, who we are over here. And am I still on camera, Julie, by the way?
You are.
Okay, because I don't see it. But anyway, there's a lot of woo-woo that I teach too, like especially on the Monday calls. So for the new agents that are overwhelmed, I'm so rooting for you. There's a lot of that attitude culture in our company and on our training. We only had an hour and this was all tech. It was all opposite. So this is a good place for you to be. So please become a power agent and we will help, because I know your attitude dictates your altitude. And so I always add the attitude part. Next question.
Yes. Susan says she's looking forward to learning much more. Today's suggestions were wonderful. So she's joining up. So that's awesome. Yeah, if you're joining, you're joining. We love that. So Marianne says for the low investment of $47 a month, the amount of content available to each of us enables us to elevate our level of professional appearance to our clients and prospects. Well worth the investment. Thank you, Marianne. We actually have lots of neat comments that we published from our power agents. So thank you guys.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate that, Marianne. Thank you.
Love your reference to Mr. and Mrs. Hannah.
Yes, they're an Italian couple. We still can't find them, but we're looking for them. They're somewhere here in the U.S.
Yay. Where are the handouts? I think Mary means where are the bonuses? So you're going to get those emailed to you, Mary.
When you sign up, so there's 2 things. The new power agents that are signing up today, you're going to get it emailed to you. The existing power agents, everything that's on the screen right now is in the classroom. Actually, let me show you guys. I'm going to go live to the website right now. And let me just cover this really quick. Those of you that are staying, this is, well, actually, I'll do this at the end after all the questions. But let me just show when you go to classroom. There's 2 things I do want to show you. Remember I said about the favorite folder? Let me show you, gang, something. I'm clicking on farming. This is the farming section. This over here that you're looking at, there's either a flyer, a script, a dialogue, a checklist. Look at all this. It's all customizable. Now, as you can tell, this is just one tab. I'm not done. But wait, there's more. These are all the letters. There is so much. There's over 500. So what we did is, if let's say I like this letter expired thing, I click on that as the favorite, right? Now I'm going to go back. So remember, that was letter expired. See that folder? It's the favorite folder. And let me find that. There it is. The letter expired letter is right there. These are the ones that I did when I was doing other webinars. So the favorite folder is awesome, off the hook. Now, going back to the bonuses, Power Agents, when you go to Darryl's Picks, all of the bonuses that you see on the webinar is here. And there's other bonuses that I've talked about in other webinars. So by the way, gang, the Power Agents, you see that infographic? This is an infographic. I'm going to open it up now, that you can use in social media about the 2021 predictions. You can use this as a flyer. You can use this however you want. So we did this for you, and you can customize it. As I said, do you see the bottom? I just moved it, but there's where you can get rid of the logo if you want to, put your photo, whatever. Okay. So, okay, next question, Julie, because I can keep going on this.
Do we have an accountability program? You want to talk about the directory there? Because that's where agents are finding their accountability partners.
Yes, great. That was great, Julie. So the accountability aspect of the Power Program, we empower you guys to support each other and to use that. So we have a directory. This directory is when you sign up to be a Power Agent, you're going to be nudged to set up your account. Like some people, this angers me sometimes, but like everybody should have their photo, because if I'm looking for an agent in Naples, Florida, Agnes, I'll probably reach out to Agnes. I'm not going to reach out to somebody else if they're not willing to even put a photo in. That's just how I think. But anyway, this directory, we have Power Agents who have been networking with each other. And here, see this guy, this is great. Aaron did a great job, because here he put the counties that he works in, the areas that he serves, his awards that he has. Look at this bio. This is a great. See, now if I'm going to look for an agent in the Philadelphia area, I'm going to contact Aaron. Okay. And if I want to ask Aaron, I'm from New York. Hey, Aaron, can we do some role playing or do a little accountability? So we've been having Power Agents are actually getting referral business with each other, and that accountability piece. Next question.
We had one in the Facebook group this week that said, I got 3 referrals who wants them.
3 referrals from the directory.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, the directory is awesome that we have. Some people tell us, geez, the directory alone is worth the $47 a month, but
well, it really connects you with like-minded agents. So that's what's important. You know that your leads or your referrals are going to be handled well.
Exactly.
So it has been less than 24 hours since I became a Power Agent, and I can already tell I'll be a lifer. Thank you. Looking forward to many more webinars and training. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Welcome.
William's got a long question here. He needs advice. He has a few potential buyers, but I'm having a hard time putting them into contract due to multiple offers. I've been submitting offers and not been accepted, even if offer terms are reasonable. For those this is a long question. It's very lost in the weeds here. What is the best way to deal with those agents asking if a buyer are willing to pay the difference over appraisal value if a property appraises less than what original offer price states in the purchase agreement?
Okay. So William, this is he a Power Agent? Can somebody look that up? Sarah, Can you look up, is William a Power Agent? William, if you're not a Power Agent, become one, because that's a really long question that I can't answer in this webinar. But I will tell you this. But by the way, I do want somebody to tell me if he's a Power Agent.
We're looking at it now.
Okay. I will tell you, when in a multiple offer situation, I'll give you a couple of tips right away, because I have a whole training on just multiple offers. If you're representing the buyer, how do you get your offer accepted? And that training is in the Power Program website. It's a 1-hour how to negotiate offers. And it's awesome. You're going to hear things in there that you've never heard before.
Yeah.
He is a Power Agent.
Thank Thanks,
Okay.
Sarah. You're fast.
All right. So you know what I'm going to do? William, Sarah, just get me his number. William, I'm just going to call you. Let me just do it that way. I'm going to call you today, William. That's all. I'll help you because I'll just do that. By the way, I don't usually do that. So I don't want people to think I call randomly. I do. It's like a surprise. All right. Let's go on next one.
Yes. What is the best way physically to contact buyers and sellers? Yes, I do open houses when available.
Best way
I was
physically.
Ohio for a minute.
Yeah, I thought it was Ohio too. To contact buyers and sellers.
Well,
What do you mean?
the phone.
I don't understand. And how does that tie into open houses? Agnes, can you ask the question again? I don't understand it.
Back while we're waiting for Agnes to reaffirm, we did have many agents ask, is it better to have a professional photographer or to use something like Box Brownie to enhance your photos?
I think that you don't have to have a professional photographer. You could. What I like about the professional photographer is that it just manages the task for you, so you don't have to go do it. It is going to be better, that's for sure. But if money's a concern, Box Brownie does an incredible job. And, if your lighting is off a little bit, there's shadows, they can clean it up. Now, you are going to pay for that, but it still will be cheaper than if you hired a photographer. I will give you a tip right now when it comes to photos of your listings is label the photo. So in other words, when I click on a photo online to look at your listing and that photo comes up, you should have on the photo, what room am I looking at? Is this the bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3? It makes a difference, gang, because it helps people wrap their brain around the house. Because sometimes you could have 2 different bedrooms, and I'm not sure, are they upstairs, downstairs? Is that the master bedroom or considered the master bedroom? Is it the same room? It looks kind of similar, but it's taken from a different angle. It really makes a huge difference. Go ahead. Agnes had that question.
Yep. She said, yes, it harkens back to when you could go to a neighborhood, ring a doorbell and knock on the door. What are my options besides digital and social media?
Yeah. Well, listen, Agnes, you can still. So, okay, got it. So, Agnes, 2 things. To generate leads is really the question. You could still knock on doors, right? So even in this COVID world, you just got to be safe in how you do that, and that you have the mask on and double mask and stay clear of the door, so you can still door knock. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is I'm a huge fan of the telephone. So a lot of the training that I give agents is how to call FSBOs, how to call expireds, how to follow up with buyers at an open house. So we have a lot of dialogue when it comes to the telephone. That's really good. Now, the thing that we're also strong with is I encourage and empower agents to use their own words. So the dialogue that we give is a framework and it's example. It's great dialogue, especially the first 5 minutes, but then from there you can start to adapt. What I have on the screen, I just want to point out to the power agents is that every month, the new power agents especially, is our team. Julie personally does this and puts a lot of work into giving you guys ideas. Like here's 1 tip a day in February, and you'll get one in March, you get one in April. And the other thing that we do is we create a weekly version of it. So
February, it'll be a Friday.
Oh, it's not up yet. Where's January's though? Oh, here's January's. So then what we do is we take that whole month and we give you weekly and we email these to you. And I love these calendars because it really helps you stay focused. It empowers you. It says, here's your strategies for the week. So, all right, what else we got, Julie?
How do you get phone numbers?
Oh, okay. The best way there's 2 ways to get phone numbers is, one is to use the RedX, which our power agents, we worked out a deal with RedX that you don't pay for a month. There's no long-term contracts. The setup fee is waived. So you can actually set up your account and it saves you over $500, which is incredible. So that's RedX. That's for power agents. The other way to get lists other than that way is vendors. Okay, it's over here. Tools Text is this company called Cole. So Cole Directory, we have a coupon where it saves you $200 as a power agent. And so they are the experts at downloading lists to get contact information. Next question.
I think RedX has geo leads as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. RedX.
Yep.
Yep. Next one.
All right. I think that's it.
Okay, good. So while we're on the phone, we still have so many people here because I do want to show you some other really cool things about the dashboard. So
I love the dashboard.
if you want to wait another 10 minutes, gang, I'm going to show you some, or however long you want to stay. When you're on the dashboard, if you click on this, it'll bring you directly to the Facebook group for Power Agents. You have to be logged into Facebook in order for that to bring you. Otherwise, it'll tell you, yeah, you got to log in. Now, this is what you're seeing here on the screen right now. This is the Monday call. So every Monday when I do the coaching calls, I actually use Zoom and record it. And you'll see, look at the comments, 150. This becomes like weekly training sessions. And the ideas that come from this are pretty incredible. We actually record these too, and we put those on the website. So when you go to coaching call, all of those recordings are there, which again, I stand corrected. Those recordings are on SoundCloud that you can listen to on your phone. Then the next thing is the directory we talked about, the website training. Okay, what this is, every Tuesday, we have a free training. You can just click here to join at 11 o'clock Eastern time. And this is where you can ask my team questions about the website if you're confused or overwhelmed. But we also have a quick start guide for you, how to use the directory. We recorded that, a complete overview of the website, how to log in, downloading PowerPoint, navigating the classroom, using the favorites and notes feature. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about the notes. So if I go to the classroom, that is where you're going to go most of the time. There is a notes section here. So everything's alphabetical. So if I click on notes, if let's say you're on this webinar, you're on a coaching call and you want to keep your notes somewhere, you can go right here and then start writing notes. And this is where all your notes are kept. Okay, so here, this obviously was one that I wrote about the CRM. And so if I click on that, it's going to launch that document. And I don't want to get too lost in the technology of it. Yeah, that didn't work right. So anyway, let's skip off of that because it's a dead link. So I apologize. We have to delete these. But this is probably, but now it bothers me that didn't work that way. Okay, so let's go to the next thing, which is
While you're talking about that, though, can you notate the chat box in the bottom corner, because we're always there. So we do have some people that are asking about if they were a Power Agent before and they want to come back, what's the best way to do that? And that chat is the best way to do that.
Yep. So on the website, that bubble, like Julie just said, is the chat button. That there's somebody there, always there to support during regular business hours. And but when we come in the morning, so if you write something at night, Sarah or somebody on the team will respond to you. So the chat is like your personal assistant, if you will, for the Power Program. So that's a great place to reach out to us. You can always call us too, but there's somebody there all the time during regular business hours. Okay, if I go to, I want to see if there's anything else that I needed to show you.
Just join. How do you log in? Jackie, check your email. If you don't see it immediately in your email, check your spam folder, because sometimes it gets stuck in there. And if you're still having issues, just like Darryl's saying, go to darrylspeaks.com and use that little chat button, and we've got people standing by ready to help.
Okay, so now I want to point something out to you about the classroom, gang. There's two main parts to it. One of it's how to, like, other features of the coaching program, but the other thing that I want to talk about is the topics of listing and selling real estate. So there's buyers, there is farming, self-promotion, there's negotiating offers, the listing appointment, objection handling, attitude, which we call smile techniques, servicing listings, social media, time management, yada, yada, yada. So let's say you need some help on, let me pick the listing appointment, right? So you click on listing appointment because you know you're a little weak there. There is, all of this is related to the listing appointment. There's slides that you can use with a seller. There's checklists. There's validation things. There's motivation things. There's so much here, like that. We safe showings we talked about because of the coronavirus, handling objections. Now let me show you something else. The webinars on demand, these weekly webinars that we've been doing every Wednesday, they're all recorded here. We put it in the order of the date of when we did it. So for example, last week I did the breakthrough business plan, that 43-page business plan. I went through that plan and we recorded it here. When you click on that webinar, what's going to happen is there is the recording of the webinar. And in addition, if you click download here, that's going to download the slides. Whoops, sorry. That's going to, wait, I'm sorry. That's going to download the slides that I used in that webinar. So Power Agents, you have every one of these, you get the slide deck. The week before that, how to double your income in 12 months or less. That's how to guarantee a breakthrough 2021. Sorry, this one was the business plan, the 3-part business plan. Went over that at the beginning of January. This one was a great one. This is one of my favorites, the top 10 prospecting scripts. I went through all of those top 10. Anyway, look at all these trainings that you have. Every one of these,
you the slides for something like today, where you shared so many tech tools, right? So people were stressing out trying to write down, okay, what's the name of this tool? So the nice thing about the slides is you literally get the slides, so you can copy and look that up on your own, in your own time frame, and you can watch on demand, whenever is the best time for you to learn.
Exactly. All right. I see Lillian. Thank you, Lillian. Appreciate your comment. So the social media that we've got here is, yes, April, that is correct. Your question. You can publish that. The social media is now, the social media, these are all shareable items. So when you click on that, you can actually, so we just created a whole bunch of social media things. Some are holiday based. We told you this is for a holiday, 4th of July, because Power Agents are always asking, like, how do I find, a social media post for the holidays? So we did that for you. Let's see, what else is there to share? Time and money management.
I'd like you to show the time and money management, because we did have the agents ask about, the mindset stuff. And so like the dot board and the listing inventory board and even these next level, so we do a lot of that. We understand that, especially in everything that we've got going on in the last, 15 months, it's easy to get distracted, right? So we have a lot of charts and tools that help you stay motivated, stay focused. So I just wanted to show you that.
Yep, that's what this is. The people love the listing inventory chart. They love the dot board. We created a dot board and vision board, which is a combination of the dot board and the concept of a vision board. So, all right, what else, Julie? I think we're done.
Share that, the power prospecting chart real quick, because that's one of my favorites. That's really helped agents stay on track in the last year.
All right. So the prospecting chart.
You see it right there, chart? Go down to chart.
Got it as chart. And this one. And what this is, this you get to print out, and you can, it's really hard to read here. There is the calling current FSBOs, calling current expireds, calling FSBOs from 6 months ago, past clients. Anyway, these are just ideas to generate leads and listing appointments. And the idea is to gamify it, right? So you're not going to do all these on Monday, but if you did one or two and you checked it off, hey, I called some FSBOs and I called some past clients. That's pretty cool. Tuesday. So as long as you're doing 2 or 3 things a day to help build your inventory, that's what this is, to gamify prospecting, to help you stay focused and have some fun.
Perfect.
Agnes has something here.
Yes. FSBO got my appointment, talked to sellers, sounded so positive when I left, but they did the talking to other agents. I got an email later in the day saying they gave the listing to an agent who has sold others in the area. So it looks like a $4 million listing. How could I have solidified that during the interview?
Yeah. So there's a couple things, Agnes. First of all, you're not going to get them all. So that's going to happen sometimes. So, but I do appreciate you asking yourself the question, how can I improve? How can I have gotten that listing next time? So as long as you learn from something, we have this expression, breakdown equals breakthrough. A breakdown, you can't have a breakthrough without a breakdown. So when something bad happens in real estate, there's actually, that could be a good thing for you. You can actually become stronger. So without me knowing what you said on the listing appointment, it's hard to give you the best possible advice without talking to you. But here's what I would say is that perhaps you didn't create enough sense of urgency. Perhaps that you didn't establish the credibility or the value. Perhaps that when they knew when they met you face to face that they weren't going to hire you. So it's not that the other agent did something better. It's just that you weren't the one for them. So you'd have to look at, you're creating a sense of urgency, you validating yourself, you being committed to having them hire you because you're going to do the best job and you want to get this thing started as soon as possible. There's also a comparison chart that we have in the Power program, and I'll show you what that is. So if I go to Classroom, because this could have also helped, I believe it would be a listing appointment. And what the comparison, says chart, agent comparison chart. And I'll just show you what that is. It downloads it. And you see now when you use PowerPoint, you can now customize this. So I'll enable that. So what happens, you would list all of the things that you're really strong at that obviously you would get all positive marks on. Now here is where you can change your name. So it says your team. So I will put Darryl, Hannah. And so there you go. And then I would put I would leave that blank and I would tell the homeowner, well, who are you thinking of talking to? And let's compare what they have versus what I have. And so this might be a way to also establish why you're stronger than any other agent out there. Or you can leave this and tell them, make sure you use this chart to interview agent number 2 and 3. So that way you can really compare the services. And, usually they won't match all of the services because like one of them, some of the things we put there is to purposely trip up another agent. Like ask the agent for a copy of the Code of Ethics. And the reason why you want to use that as a qualifier, Mr. Misana, because as a realtor, I subscribe to the Code of Ethics, and part of the code is that we're supposed to have it at our disposal to give it to anybody who should ask for it. So as a matter of fact, here's a copy for you. So if an agent doesn't have a copy for you when you interview them, right there, that should probably be a question mark for you. So, who carries the Code of Ethics with them? So that kind of knocks that person out. Okay. So anyway, I hope that helped you. Next question, Julie.
What's also cool about that is we handle these kind of questions every Monday morning. We're on with hundreds of power agents from around the country. And they bring us these solutions. It's not a talking head kind of coaching call. We literally are fielding questions and problem solving and hurrahing people's successes. It's a really wonderful time where we're really digging into what's blocking people's success and creating some of those breakthroughs from breakdowns. Angel asked, is there a trial for the website with the CRM? I want to make sure it's SEO friendly before I buy.
Yeah, so the CRM and the website is an add-on product that's separate. That's the only thing that we have that is an additional investment. And the reason why is because not all power agents need the CRM. Some of them already have that, but they're not a power agents. They have it like with Top Producer or something. So that's fine. So the power program is $47 a month, but we contracted with an outside vendor and had them customize one for our power agents that needed that. So that's why there's that separate charge. But to answer your question, no, you don't have to pay. There's a 30 days to kick the tires completely. So when you're ready to kick the tires for 30 days, you'll activate the CRM and then you'll see if it works for you. Next question.
That which includes the website, yes.
Yes.
Jackie wants to know, we should invite anyone in. She had a conversation about the Facebook group. So if an agent wants to invite other agents to take advantage of this trial, you can still use the same link, which darrylspeaks.com/trial. and you can invite other agents. Their $5 will go to Feeding America as well. Have them put your name and your email in the referral, and that will register you to be part of a drawing for a one-on-one coaching. So
yeah, do me a favor. Do people a favor. This food insecurity, we're really passionate about it. I mean, just let agents know in your office. They weren't on this webinar or something. Say, hey, check out this guy, Darryl. Find out you get to keep all this stuff, but it's going to Feeding America. And, we want to hit that 100,000 meals. We're so passionate about that. But
we do. Yeah. Sandy loves her My Power Week, her weekly calendar. It helps her focus and not feel so overwhelmed. And that's why we did it, Sandy.
Good. That's great, Sandy. All right. Any other questions? I think we're done with the questions, unless somebody's got another question. If not, well, we're going to end the webinar just a minute. For if you didn't sign up yet, as soon as I say goodbye, that little pop-up screen is going to go away. So click now. You can still hear me in the background. I don't think it'll get you out of the webinar, but I'm ending it now anyway. So now's the time to click before it closes out. And what'll happen for those of you that are guests that are becoming power agents today, what'll happen is you will get what's called onboarding. Okay, so what onboarding is you, as a new power agent, we want to take care of you. We want to make sure that you get acclimated. So you're going to get a couple of emails about the program and how to get started. You'll get some texts from us to help bring you along the way. You have that chat thing. So we're going to take really good care of you as a new power agent during this 30 days. So I see Christy's asking, where do I find my Power Week? Okay. So I'm going to show you something that I'm going to open up another slide. So give me 1 second here because I got to find it. And I'm going to answer that question. Guarantee breakthrough. Okay, this is what I did for Lab Coat yesterday, and I just want to show you guys something. So Christy, to answer your question, where do you find the weekly Power Agent calendar? If you're in the classroom, you're going to go to, Julie, which one is it?
Can it be in Time and Money Management?
Time and Money Management.
Yeah. And
then you're going to go to Calendar. So this calendar is for the month, but if you want to, you got to put Angela's comment there. But if you want the weekly one, it'll also say, it's still calendar. It'll say January week 4. So we upload each week to right here. So what'll happen is this is going to go away and you'll see February week 1. Okay. Now, the other thing that we do that I wanted to show you is the emails that we send you. Now, all power agents, pay attention, because something I am super proud of is what I'm about to show you. You get these emails that are not BS emails. They're training emails. For example, on Saturday, we call that Saturday Strategies. This is only for power agents, what you're seeing on the screen. This is not a mass email we send out. We do have a mass newsletter we send out to everybody. Sends out to tens of thousands of people. But the power agents, they get this Saturday Strategy. Here's one tip that we're giving you. And you see that infographic? You can click on it and download it. So we give you something that you can download. On Thursday, we give you a toolkit of something else, another form. Like this is a home buyer checklist that we created. You click on it and how to use it. Again, these are training emails. Wednesday, we send you a reminder of this weekly webinar. So that's a simple one.
Yep.
Tuesday training, this is more. This is a blog that we write. It'll bring you to the blog page with some other tips that you can read online. And then the Monday motivation. This is the best one because every Monday we emailing you that calendar. So you don't have to go into the website and download it like I just showed that power agent. We just email you the damn thing and make it really simple for you. And so that is a total of 5 emails that we send out to you every week. That's all training based. One other thing, power agents, do not unsubscribe to this, because if you unsubscribe to this, you unsubscribe to all 5, and we can't reactivate it. You have to opt in. When you unsubscribe, it's hard to put you back into the system. Okay.
About the Monday, especially, as we give you your every Monday, first thing in the morning, you're going to have your calendar. You're going to have your coaching call credentials, the information of how to get on the coaching call for that day. We're going to send you a link to that week's webinar. So it's really, our power agents have really told us this has really been a game changer for them, because it's really, what am I focusing on this week? Not 6 months from now, not my annual goal. What am I focusing on this week? And this is going to give me a step-by-step every single day, something that can help me move the needle on my business without feeling so distracted and overwhelmed. And then, like
if you're not getting these emails, current power agents, check your spam. You then and tell our office, and we will help you white label it, and so that way you don't miss out on the future ones. But yes, those emails basically are your roadmap on how to get the most value out of the power program. Really, really awesome, those emails.
And you those on Saturdays and on Thursdays and even on Tuesdays when we're sharing a tool with you in those emails. Those are direct downloads, and it's really kind of walking you through. And usually those are referenced from something that's either brand new, we just put on the site for you, like the predictions, or something that has really come up a lot in a coaching call. So, okay, we're going to address, it seems like it's a problem for a lot of people right now. So let's address that and hand you that tool. So we're really just kind of delivering it to you as needed, based on what's happening in the world, what's happening in the market, and what's happening on those coaching calls.
Now, the other thing that you could do to really organize it is when you get the email, you can tell your software, however you're reading your email, to set up a rule that, hey, whenever I get Power Newsletter email, to move it automatically into a separate folder that you create. So now you can have all your Power Agent newsletters in a folder, and so that way it doesn't get lost in all that other junk email that you get. So that would be a really good thing to do. Okay, I think we are done. I know I'm done. So I got to jump on another call. All right, gang. So click now, because we're closing out the webinar. Thanks for spending the time with us. I hope it was valuable for you. Again, new power agents, you're going to get a link that's going to give you a copy of these slides, because I know I covered a lot of software for you, and you can check that out. There's another question. You're answering that one, Julie. And yep. Christy, awesome, powerful booster to keep us going, doing the job. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that very much, your comment. I love the love. Thank you, guys. And
the emails, if you sign, and this might help other people too, the emails after you sign up, after you log in the site. So once you sign up, you're going to get those automatically delivered to your inbox on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Friday's the only day, and Sunday we don't send anything out.
Awesome. All right, gang, here we go. Thank you very much. Have a powerful rest of the week. And don't forget to please stay safe, stay focused, and don't forget to keep smiling. All right, thank you.
Bye, everyone.